Alliance University, India's top-ranked university. Over 20,000 alumni in 50 countries. Study abroad options in 55 universities and placements in over 353 companies. Alliance University, Bengaluru.
Good afternoon, ma'am, as per
Hi.
Kerala time. So we begin with today's discussion, and I at the outset like to thank EduTV for providing us this platform to connect with you. And it's a pleasure having you here. Considering the today's scenario, with the COVID-19 pandemic having hit all of us across the globe, and it has been an extremely challenging situation for the governments as well for people alike. Well, one sector, that is, of course, the educational sector, it has been, one which has been deeply been impacted by this, having an impact of facing this pandemic with the schools and colleges being, the students not being able to come to the premises. So, although we continued with the teaching learning process through the digital platform and the online mode. So my question to you is, what has been the biggest challenge in making this transition possible from the traditional classroom teaching to the online platform?
First of all, thank you so much, Sheila and EduTV for having me here. Since introduction was missed because of Mr. Pranav's network, let me introduce myself. I am Captain Dr. Dinisha Bharadwaj Singh, an ex-Indian Army officer and now an educationist. I'm heading a school, an elite chain of school in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Well, coming back to your question, first of all, I would like to say one thing, that whenever in history of mankind, some problem came up, it came out with a lot of innovation, creativity, and multiple solutions to benefit mankind. And this COVID-19 also, I know it has impacted masses, it has impacted economy, it has impacted people, those who were actually dependent upon for day-to-day life, and their work stopped and they really suffered. Other than that, it came as a bliss, as a transformation to the educational system. We were using technology. We were all there tech savvy, being an international school, and we were using various forums onto that level, various platforms as well. But sudden transformation for the entire school to be online, believe you me, we just took a day. Just one single day. Precisely this lockdown started when CBSE exams were on here. We are having two curricula running here. One is CBSE and another is British curriculum, that is IGCSE.
IGCSE.
So on one side, the session was on for IGCSE, and on other side, CBSE final exams were going on, and rest of the school was working. And all of a sudden, this MCO was declared on 20th. We took off for them on 21st, and 22nd we were all up and about for with the regular sessions of classroom, and with IDs generated, with everything ready, our teachers were on. And subsequently we came back to looking into the other aspects, and purchased the rights of webinar of one of the platforms, and we sent it. But till that time, when we needed some decision on professional arena to go for some decided platforms academically, so that children do not suffer, we were up and about with the local platform, and the classes, the work, everything started. And you understand, it was not only just getting a link and clicking on it. The set of teachers needed trainings, and everything was taken in a matter of few hours. And you understand, it was not restricted to working of office hours, it was much beyond that. And the teams strived and came out for benefit of students, and it went off very well.
So that's very nice to hear from you. I mean, in a day, when things fall into place, that's really commendable. And coming on, I mean, from now on, I don't know how the situation is in Malaysia. So The call for the hour is now to move towards a blended mode of teaching. So how do you think your school will adapt itself, as things are slowly opening up but there's a lot of apprehensions. There is a lot of, people are skeptical of how things will happen, how much the vaccine will be effective. So how do you think the school will have to adapt to this blended mode of teaching when ultimately some students would be coming to the campus and some going on with the online mode?
Before I answer your question directly, I just want to update. Malaysia's system was little different because Malaysia's number came down quite a bit in between, and all of a sudden number rose. So we had a time. We have already done what you are questioning us for future, where we called initially ninth onwards for both the campuses, both the syllabi, both the curricula initially for testing and seeing how it works and all, and subsequently we called fifth onwards our children back to school, and we were almost ready to call the entire school and everything was ready, and then second round of this revised MCO was declared. So as far as this blended mode of learning is concerned and what is our plan for future and how we are planning to go about it, we have already done. Now I'll tell you how we did and what is our plan, exactly answering to your question, so that it benefits all those who will be watching this subsequently, and they'll be working on it, because on various forums I have already spoken on this issue, and I'm sure it is going to be beneficial to all those who are yet to come on this platform.
Right, right.
Yeah. So how it goes is, the blended mode of learning, which we have started calling it now. When schools will be open in various countries, they haven't started as yet, and then there'll be few people who will be skeptical of sending their children back to school, of course, because of obvious concerns, and then there are who have traveled back to their villages or places where they may take time to come back and the schools are ready to open. Um, and then, of course, it will add a lot of value to precautionary measures as well. So this is a very, very easy way of doing it, what we have done, and it was a great success. We announced that children can come on regular schooling, and simultaneously, how we could do is the class can be the teacher can be exposed to the recording system where the camera is there, a high resolution camera is there, and a good audio system is there, where somebody who cannot send their child to school or doesn't want to for the time being, this is the first step I'm telling you, can opt to attend the classroom from home. So this way, all those who are there in school, because how we started was every class was divided into two sections. So more resources were required following the COVID norms, because that 1 meter distancing and other precautions were to be followed. And we strictly follow it here. I'm sure other countries are also doing in Malaysia. So that's how the classes were run, and classes can be run where one is that you follow norms on ground. Children are there, and you can make accommodation in classroom depending upon the space gaps which are supposed to be there to take care of health conditions and the regulations. And second thing is, for all those who because of one or the other reason are not able to join in, this is the technical setup I'm telling you. Academic, I'll tell you subsequently. So the classes can be live simultaneously on Zoom, and can be there, of course, on a physical platform. So it depends how the child wants to take it up and how parents are ready to accept it. And same classroom is there. You are able to ask questions, you are able to see whatever is happening on the board. If the teacher is using smart board, then simultaneously the board written part of it is also happening. Notes are displayed on other part of it, where children can copy the notes. And that is how that dissemination of teaching learning process can happen. That is one part. Second part is, we are following is Google Classroom for notes, for checking of assignments, because even when we are opening this dual platform of blended learning, where all those who are coming to school or who can come to school tomorrow in various countries, howsoever they want it applicable to be applicable, then in that case, all those who are coming to school or who will come to school, it's okay for teachers, they will do the corrections and everything. But what about those who are yet to join in? For that, we opened the Google Classroom, and with that Google Classroom, even teachers are posting whatever work they have got it done, their schedule, their agenda, and the assignment worksheet. And similarly, children, because we work on a different platform, we own that platform rather, where to maintain the process of security, cyber security, nobody else can log in through that ID. So that ID is even the platform of those IDs for classroom has been generated through that. And children can post in using their ID and password, the work done by them, and teacher can correct it and post it back to them.
That's
So that is how it was 100% system, 360-degree of teaching learning process, which we can do it. We have experienced it. And through this forum, I would like to take it down to all those who would like to take some experience and are little concerned as to how will it go about it. Let me tell you, a blended form or an amalgamation of these two forums, where we are using one platform for normal face-to-face classes, and second thing is where we can have information floating in. Just take care. We have our platform, so we are very safe and secure cyber wise, but you do take care if in case you are using a shared platform or a local platform. Thank you so much for having me here and allowing me to share this.
so proud to be a teacher.
Thank you so much.
Alliance University, India's top-ranked university. Over 20,000 alumni in 50 countries. Study abroad options in 55 universities and placements in over 353 companies. Alliance University, Bengaluru.